guys, let's talk about the belt tie. Probably the hardest thing in jiu-jitsu. At least when you get started, it feels that way. So there's several different ways to tie the belt. I'm going to show you two different ways. So we'll start off with the traditional tie, okay? Now, one thing that's kind of debated in jiu-jitsu is which side do the bars go on, or the stripes. I have always been taught they belong on the left side of your body. We wear our wedding ring on the left, samurais draw the sword from the left side of my lapel goes over. So in my academy, and most that I've seen, if they have a set side it goes on, it belongs on the left, okay? Each academy is different. So I would say if your academy doesn't care, get in the practice of doing it on the left. It'll, as you travel, it'll match up with everyone else, all right? So very simple here, guys. Do not make this hard. We start off, we find the center of the belt, okay? Very center goes right below my belly button. I bring this around, and now as I'm coming around, I'm gonna tuck it under that whole part there, okay? So it's one nice strip, there's no overlapping. Now what I'm gonna do is my left goes over the right and under both bits, okay? So you notice I'm keeping everything nice and flat. I'm not allowing my belt to get all twisted up. So I go right over left and under both, and then left over right, but just the one. And we pull it, okay? Now, little trick here. This is a very loose knot. I want it to be tight so it doesn't come off. I always give it at least 3 pops. You'll see how the knot tightens up right here, okay? And if you go around, the belt is in one solid piece, no overlapping. No overlapping there, okay? So as I go, I find the center. I always start with my stripes on the right. I start with them on the right, they end on the left. Bring it around, tuck it, right over left and under both, left over right, and just the one, pop, 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 and they should be nice and equal in length. In modern times, a lot of people are starting to get away from that traditional tying method, and they're doing what's called a super lock, or I like a super knot because it's a belt knot, and super knot's a Black Sabbath song, so it sounds better. So we're going to start off just like we do with traditional, right? I find the center, I go under my belly button, I bring it all the way around. Everything's the same to this point. I even go right over left as I did before. Okay, now the bottom one, or the one that's in my right hand, the one with my stripes on it, is actually going to go through this part of the belt, okay? So it goes through and it tucks through here. Now I'm not going to tighten this yet. I then bring what's in my left under that, but not just through here. I tuck it under and then also again through that part. So through the 2 pieces here, okay? So it comes under, and then same thing, I get a nice little pop, and what we have is this little knot. And this actually, it almost hides the bottoms of your belt behind the knot, but it makes it really hard for this to come undone. So that's the benefit of this style, is actually it's much harder to come undone when rolling, competing, what have you. So called super knot or super lock, depending on where you've seen it. So let's go one more time with that.